Hey guys, welcome to episode 2 of Project Nytto. Today we're joined by a very special guest, Scarf, and we're going to be looking at drones.
Uh-huh.
Scarf has volunteered slash been voluntold to be our pilot for today. So we're going to go ahead and jump right in. Here we have, what would you call this? The hockey puck drone?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's actually some Icelandic thing I typed into Google Translate a long time ago. It doesn't really have a purpose other than transporting personnel. So that's what
Uh,
that does. You wanna show them how remote control works?
uh, yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna hop in the seat, man.
So remote control works like this. By pressing Shift R, you can bring up a list of accessible grids. That's the drone we just looked at. So what Scarf's gonna do is turn on the batteries and then press Shift R and take control of the drone.
All right, so I'm now in control of the drone, so I'm gonna release the landing gear and send it up. And I'm looking through my first-person camera right now, so
Okay.
see
I'm
I
gonna
can move
fly
it
around it
around.
for a little bit.
All right, I have your artificial horizon is accurate to the ship, not your character, so you can tilt it and level it out perfectly. You know, and it's the hotbar controls are of the drone, so I can take control of the camera here and then uh, drive it from the camera point of view, and I can see myself on the ground and also control the drone. So,
Yeah. Go ahead and set that one back down.
hmm I'm I'm not a drone pilot. Please,
Ooh,
please
you
know
better move to the right.
that. Yeah, yeah,
I'll pilot this next one so that um,
yeah.
things don't happen.
Mm-hmm.
So these two drones are actually exactly identical, aside from the fact that this one has a grinder and this one has a welder. And so what you can do with these is store components in these cargo containers right at the tip of the flame right there. There's a cargo container. So you can store components in there, and then if you have a block that is unwelded and you have the correct components in there, turning the welder on will allow you to complete the build remotely. So this is pretty useful if you're setting up a base on a planet that's got a hostile atmosphere where you can't breathe or it sucks your energy down.
Fuel
So we're gonna go
critical.
ahead and take control of this.
Yeah. So like another thing on the cargo, there's two cargos here, and then the connector. So obviously you would like want to hook this up to your ship and you know, like settings to your build planner. You can transfer from the ship's or from the base's content into the ship's cargo, and then go build what you desire. So
Correct. All right.
you want me to?
It's up to you.
I can like set up a couple demonstration blocks if you would
Oh
like.
yeah, that'd be cool. Okay, so Scarf has set up our demonstration for us. Gonna go ahead and turn on our reactors because the welders do drain a lot of power. Scarf, would you mind putting some uranium in the connector?
Yes, absolutely. I'm gonna have to relearn my alphabet here.
All good. Take your time.
Alrighty. There you go.
Alright, so we're ready to take off. Go camera view, fly forward, turn around, and we're facing. I have a mod installed called camera panning, which allows me to hold Alt and use my mouse to rotate the view of the camera, and I can reset it by pressing V. Go ahead, come right in. So you can see the small grid welder has quite a large range. I think it's two or three large grid block range.
Yeah, you can get 3 large grid with the small grid welder.
That's it. On the flip
Fuel
side,
critical.
we have the exact opposite build. So go ahead and come in here, turn on our batteries.
I'm gonna grab some uranium for you here again.
Oh yeah, thanks.
Fuel
The nice thing about
critical.
drones is that you can just leave it flying and not have to worry about climbing back up to them. If you know,
Yeah.
you're dumb and you leave something in the way. So that's the first group of drones. The second group, this is primarily a cargo drone. It was also used in that survival playthrough we did to lift many, many ships that fell over.
Yeah.
Whew, good times.
Yeah. The upwards thrust of this ship is much to be respected.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking when I designed this bug-looking front of these two right here, but it is what it is. They function, and that's all I really care about. This drone, I never gave it a clear function. I sort of got caught up in the excitement of building drones, and thus this creature was born. But I really did like to be able to get to play with a lot of cool armor angles, covering up the thrusters.
Also, this having just like two large upward thrusters, and the amount of batteries that it does contain, you know, this could be a long distance exploration drone if you set up any relays
Yeah,
throughout
very
your
true.
world. You know, with the amount of battery capacity this has at full charge, and you know, as light as it is and small, with the 4 landing gear, it can land on rough terrain. So I think it would make a very good exploration drone.
Yeah, it would. You're right. I never thought about that for this one. Something to keep in mind if you ever build a drone, is your suit has an antenna in it, which you can disable. The default keybind is O, but it only has a maximum distance of 200 meters. So if we were to take this drone right here, turn it on, go into control, and Scarf, if you wouldn't mind standing right next to me.
Absolutely.
Fuel critical.
Which one is this? Is this the grinding one? Yeah.
Yeah.
So we can take this drone to demonstrate the range of the suit antenna. Go into our camera mode. Scarf, are you standing next to me?
I am. Yes.
And we can see that little green signal in the bottom right above the middle of the toolbar. It says 49 meters, almost 50 meters. So we can fly, passing 100.
Fuel
And I've passed
critical.
200 meters, and I'm now no longer able to control that drone. It's not going to crash, nothing bad will happen.
Do you know if
And you can fly these from the seat.
do you know if like friendly faction players' antennas will amplify range or not?
So the way antennas work is as long as there is a friendly antenna, yes, they can amplify signals. The base antenna in the game gives a range of 50 kilometers.
Fuel critical.
So stacking antennas, quote unquote, say you have a base 50 kilometers away from where you would like to mine, and you found some good stuff that you need to go beyond that 50-kilometer mark. Anywhere between that base and where you are, if you place another antenna, the signal from the remote control and the antenna of whatever drone you're using will bounce off of whatever closest antenna there is.
I did not realize, but I think dishes and antennas take the exact same amount of components to build.
For real?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, when I was building the relay in our survival world, I think I noticed that.
Oh, right, because we did put a sweet-looking dish on there. Let me know down in the comments if you would like me to record and upload our survival playthrough. We're pretty far along. as far as building things, but we have yet to get all of our faction members to leave Earth. Currently, we've just sent Scarf into space on his own. So this drone here, I wanted to model it off of some of the modern drones we have in the military today for a reconnaissance drone. Although that didn't turn out quite as well as I wanted it to, and my lines weren't where I wanted them. So I essentially made it a second cargo drone. It's got a couple reactors for extra power, and other than that, it doesn't really do much. This one is my pride and joy. I put the most amount of work into this. This is a mining drone, which functions just like a mining rover, but airborne. So we'll go ahead
Do you
and
have
fire it up.
reactors on this one?
I do not, no.
Well, your batteries are 3/4, so. you'll be
Yeah,
good.
we have power for 3 hours at normal function. So I have 2 camera angles pointing forward here. Number 2 on the hotbar is the automatically selected camera, which we can view here in the remote control block. I don't really like to mess with autopilot. That takes a lot of time out of my day. So it's going to be pretty loud here when I turn these drills on, because of how close in proximity we are.
Yeah, a quick side note. We are currently 225 meters from the base.
Mm-hmm.
So after putting that dish down, it's always nice to have it's always nice to have antennas on your base.
Antennas are very good. So I designed this drone to be able to mine at some pretty steep angles, and it does have a passenger seat. Scarf gets mad when I don't include seats on my builds. So he can actually control that right from there. It shouldn't be bound to me unless it's unless the blocks are set to no share. Yeah, see, there you go. So we can kick back so the drills aren't as deafening. You can see just how steep of an angle this thing can get to, which is quite useful. And its gravity has been tested elsewhere. So on Earth right now, our gravity is 1. On Helgen, the alien planet, and Pertum, the gravity is much more intense. I think it's 1.1 on the alien planet, 1.2 on Pertum, and maybe 1.1 again on Helgen. I could be mistaken with those exact numbers.
Here I go.
There you go. Are you right-clicking?
I am. You want me to left click?
No, no,
It
no.
will- it will
No, it's
go-
fine.
It'll tunnel with left click, won't it?
It should, yes. I haven't actually tested that, but sure. But yeah, he was holding down right-click for this, which is why the voxels are so deformed.
Right. If you like say there's an iron, signal from a ore detector about like 50 meters underground, you can just right click down to it, and when you get there, just left click that iron vein, and then just bring yourself right back out. No problems at all.
Yeah, come on back. Start coming up. Ooh, 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 don't do that.
Oh, here I go.
Bring it straight back.
Please note that I am not a drone pilot. Hey, we made it. We made it.
Better watch them angles.
Oh, here I go, pal.
There it is. That's why Scarf
Oh,
doesn't
no.
fly.
Let me out. Let me out. This is why I stick to ground vehicles.
Oh, you really monumentally scuffed this thing. I can't even write it
I think it's just that heavy.
or
dude.
rotate it. We're just gonna leave it
Fuel
here.
critical.
I mean, it's like super dense right now. I wasn't sure. I didn't look at the exact. Dude,
Let's see
it's
what the
freaking-
grid mass is. It's only 163. I've gotten it much heavier.
He's also a much more capable pilot. than
Yeah,
me.
see, so it's missing almost half of its upward thrust right now. It's all good. It's all fun.
Wow, I really sent it down in here, didn't I?
Oh, she goes deep, for sure.
Mhm.
Nice little impact crater too. Almost reminds
Oh,
me of
yeah.
a certain snowman. So, I think that's all we have for you today, folks. Thank you very much for watching. I look forward to seeing your responses in the comments. Happy engineering, and as always, have a great day.
Bye-bye. Oh, shoot. Is that...
That's canon now. Oh man, immediately. No, not quite, not quite. Bring your head back. Wrong way. You're almost there.
Oh.
You're
My
almost there.
legs!
You're so close.
My
You're so close to doing it.
legs! So, like, do I have to avoid vaping during your videos? Because, like, period, you know?
Oh man.
Fuel critical.
Sorry, dude. I was trying to get you, not to... Can I?
Ow!
No.
The seat.
Fuel critical.
Oh, that's the... I'm down.
What is happening?
I couldn't find the right toolbar.
How's it going today, everybody? Oh no.
Can we add a banana mod that, like, puts bananas into the game and you consume them to increase your energy?
I would
You have to,
become
like, pick them
so.
from
I would
trees.
just become a banana, and like cannibalize myself.
I would like. Oh my god. I
Like-
would eat. I would
Be like,
eat.
hey Aries,
I
is
would eat-
everything good up there? I'm like in space, just like munching away at my thigh.
Just like eating your eating your peel. You know how people like peel the skin off their feet? That's like you with your bananas.
Oh my gosh.